Hey, 2 times hit it. This is Geno Bisconte, and you're listening to me on the PBR podcast again. What is wrong with you?
There you go.
Hit it! I really like that one. Pretty good.
Ultra sophisticated
Podcast, baby. Now tell me something good. Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? PBR Podcast, Mike Plano, Derek D, and we got a 2-timer. It's Daddy's in the house.
Daddy is.
Mr. Geno Bisconte.
Hit it, motherfucker! Can we cuss on this thing?
Yeah,
About to have a biscotti with Geno Bisconte.
What were you mouthing the words, Derek?
I just said, oh, yeah, at the end.
Oh, okay. You threw me off a little bit.
Hey, buddy. Hey, guy.
Daddy, what's up?
Daddy in the house. Do I really say daddy a lot? Apparently,
lot.
that's
Daddy and Boo.
Hey, Dad, I do say boo a lot. I like the boo. What's up, boo?
Hey,
Hey,
boo.
boo.
Yeah.
Hey, boo. It's better than, and sometimes you say it because you want to, you want to like one up the guy like as a guy and do like, listen, sweetheart. Don't worry, I got it. Thanks, boo. I'm on it.
Is it weird when another dude, though, refers to you as daddy? I felt weird when I said it.
It felt good. It felt strangely
for you, it felt
cathartic.
good.
Yeah,
For
it
you.
felt very. Daddy enjoyed it. Daddy liked it.
And to boo a dude, not boo as in boo, but boo as in hey, boo.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
I'm taking the boo, the comic sphere, and flipping the switch, if you would, and now making it a term of endearment. Boo.
Boo.
Whereas Derek has seen more booze than my liver. I'm an alcoholic. Oh, God, did Daddy drink last night? I do say Daddy a lot,
You
Boo.
do, man.
You
And now
did.
the
You did,
PBR, the PBR posse, that I've been watching the interaction with you on social media with them, and they're like calling me daddy.
Let me say something about the PBR posse, and I mean, they're amazing.
They are.
They are, for all the crap and jerks on Twitter. And there's like 1% jerks, but those are the things, I don't know, I think we all do. We focus on because we're idiots and we're insecure. And then it's like, I've said this before, if you're at a show and you're killing and there's 1,000 people in the crowd and there's 999 laughing, the one person that's not laughing, that's who you look at. And not only that, like you're right. These 999 people are idiots. You're right. I stink. I'm not funny.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's like what we do. But the PBR posse is just, I mean, they're great. They're nothing but love, nothing but ball busting love.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's so true. 100%. And then like they always will retweet. They will always like thank you so much.
man,
Can you put my
seriously.
headphones up?
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. But yeah, they are great. And you're right. It's the same. It's that same thing. You focus on the one hater, like on YouTube. All the good comment. They like me. They think I'm funny. Whatever. And the one guy, these dumbass jokes. I want just my car news. And I'm like,
You do. You fixate on that, man.
Why?
It's
What
true.
is wrong with us?
Because you're a glutton for punishment. You want to please. Daddy wants to please everybody.
Daddy wants to make everyone happy. But you know what? You know what I do now, and I do. I'm my nephew, and I've talked about this last. Everything I do, he's like, nah, Uncle Geno's the greatest thing ever. You sure, Nick? Because I took a 2-hour nap in my car today. That's amazing.
I took it.
This guy's really got it going on, Dad. Nick, I don't know. Uncle Geno, how do you do it?
What
How
happened?
do I do what?
What happened to you last night, man?
Oh, dude, it was.
You got to break it down.
Dude, okay, so I do the roast battle, and this is like this is what the kids are doing nowadays. They're doing the roast battle, the roast
sure.
masters, and I've done several because I'm very good at roasting. I am. Look, I don't sit here and tell you I should have a sitcom on HBO. Right. I should not. I'm a terrible person. I don't sit here and tell you I should be touring the country. Don't waste your money. But I tell you, there are certain things I'm good at. Football videos, putting dick jokes, making picks, 5-0 against the spread last week, fucking robbing people. But roast
I should have listened to you in my pool. Jeez.
Oh, dude, and the jokes I have, and I'm not kidding, they crack me up. So it's like this. I've told you this. If they make someone else laugh, that's fine. But when I'm doing the video, like I predicted the road favorite Vikings to cover against the Lions this week, and I said the Lions stink. What don't you get? Jim Caldwell. I said Jim Caldwell should have had a sex change, not Caitlyn Jenner, because he's like a woman. He slowly ruins football for everyone. And I said, and don't think the Lions are any good because they beat the Bears. I said the Bears are terrible too. The only place you're gonna, and I'm gonna laugh again, and I know it's my joke and I apologize. I said the only place you're gonna find a more depressing group of Bears and Lions than the NFL is the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah.
Now that's comedy. Okay,
that's great.
So getting back to my story from 20 minutes ago, you're still listening. You people are wonderful.
It's amazing.
It is. So I'm doing the
Maybe
road.
they're napping as well.
They should be. This is the best I felt all day. You guys, how bored are you when we don't hang out? All right. So I'm doing these roast jokes, and they're funny. And I'm telling you, I don't know how you guys write your jokes. When I write jokes, I don't really write I'm not one of these great writers like a Mike Vecchione or a Dave Attell who I put in this. They just sit and write and craft, and they're brilliant. And they'll be at the cellar on a Monday, and by Saturday they've taken a joke they're doing on Monday, and by Saturday they've crafted it into a joke 10 times funnier than any closer I've ever had. They're brilliant, right? But that's not me when I'm writing jokes. When I'm writing jokes, I'm just bullshit and saying that's funny and then tweaking it out on stage, stretching. But when I write a roast joke, I'm not kidding, or a football video, I know they're funny. They come out of my mouth and I write them and they're funny. You know, like one of
you work them out though. Like when you walked in here and you hit us with that. I don't want to say it if you don't want to say it, but you have a joke about a current affair that just happened,
right?
And you were working that out, even though you were telling it to us, right?
But that was the way I told it last night on stage.
Okay.
You know, I said, but the problem was, and this is all leading up to the incredible drunken hangover that Daddy is working through, Boo.
Daddy is working.
Wait, who's Boo?
Who's
I don't
Boo?
know. I wasn't looking.
Your daddy.
Your daddy, but who's Boo?
I need a drink.
Is Boo just whoever's listening?
That Boo is whoever is listening.
Right.
Daddy is the recipient of the boo. What?
The booze.
Speaking of getting a ton of booze. So, but here's the problem, and the girl I roasted, I'll say her name, she's great, Stacy Pressman. She's a very funny comedian. She's not a good roaster. I'm sorry.
Is she on Twitter?
Yeah.
What's her Twitter handle?
I think it's Stacy Pressman.
Can we throw hashtag eggs?
Yeah, hashtag. It's at JEWBROAD. That's Jew Broad. If you people can SPE, look, she's great.
If you guys can SPE.
SPELLING WHORE. All right. I love that bit. But here's the thing: if she's not doing well with her jokes, and mine are very well crafted jokes. Another joke I said about her was, I'm not saying Stacy's a stupid whore. She's stupid and a whore. She's the only woman I've ever heard ask the questions, how many C's in Hep C? Now, that's very funny to me. Because let me explain, there's only one C in Hep C. Do you see? If you said hepatitis C. So anyway, so these jokes I think are doing great. And the crowd's liking them a little bit. But since Stacy's not doing
how big was the crowd?
It was full. It sells out. Daddy sells out his roast battles.
Where are these roast battles?
This was at the Stand. Every Tuesday they do it at the Stand. And I'm tell your listeners, if you Google my roast battle against Mike Vecchione, just Google Roast Masters, Mike Vecchione, Geno Bisconte, any combination, it will come up immediately. It is the best 10 minutes of video you will watch, and I'll tell you why. Because the judges were Bonnie McFarlane, Rich Voss, and God, I'll think of the third one. I'm not thinking of. But Aaron Berg, and they were great because the judges added to the funny. You know,
they're all comedians.
Yes,
that makes sense.
But the judges last night, I'm not going to say that, but they wanted to make it about them, and we're the smartest guys in the room. And you don't say you're not funny. First of all, especially because I got pissed. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. Check your ego at the door,
right?
Judges.
But they're trying to win. Like, oh no, we're more clever than the roasters. And the other joke that we were talking about, Mike, before, I said watching Stacy's act is like watching a homecoming parade at Oklahoma State University. You just look at this woman saying, "What is she driving at?" And then by the end, you're screaming in horror, why does she just keep plowing through? Now, again, it's not just hilarious because a 2-year-old died. It's topical. Now, when I'm doing these jokes, and I'm...
It's so terrible.
But yeah, it is. And that's why it's so funny.
But you got to understand, for the sake of comedy, I mean, that's what
a roast
That's what
is.
everyone is getting so up in arms about. Like, I think it's a terrible tragedy. It wouldn't happen to anyone, but that's comedy. That's the way comedy works.
Laugh, right?
That's what a roast is. You challenge them right off the bat. It's like you slap the biggest guy in prison, say, anyone else want to be a hero? That's what it is.
Yeah.
And they were great. They were, and the judges started convincing, and look, feel free to jump in because I hear myself saying it sounds like I'm making excuses, and maybe I am. But
I wasn't there.
I know, but it was just like I just felt like they turned the audience against the whole. They're like, no, this isn't funny. These two aren't funny.
Was she starting to get upset?
No, she's great.
Yeah.
So these roast battles,
she was just struggling, but she had her opening joke. I can't even remember what it was, but it was funny. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that. I panicked and I went right to Oklahoma State.
These roast battles is essentially two comedians versus each other, and then there's the judges.
Yeah. But they just
like multiple comedians, and then
it's like a round robin.
No, it's back. It's
just two people.
It's like a roast. It's like a battle.
Oh,
you go up. It was me versus Stacy. The first one they ever did, me and Mike were the headlining card. And I will tell you, I will put it up against any roast battle.
Is there more people there too?
Well, there's other people on it, but me and Mike are the two on stage. Mike's joke. One of Mike's jokes about me is Geno Bisconte has a disturbing amount of domestic violence jokes for a man that will never have a wife or own a home. That is so clever, brilliant, straight to the point. It's like I just say, and I'm looking at him like, you're so funny, and that's a good roast when you're making fun of and the two guys love the other dude for making fun of him. You know. Like,
Did you write everything for it, or you came in kind of like?
No. We have paper. I take that shit seriously. Like,
Yeah.
I had it all written down and stuff. You know.
How long are you up there for?
It wasn't long. It's like it's 3 rounds, 3 jokes each for the first, back and forth, and then it's 30 seconds uninterrupted round 2, and then 3 more back and forth in the tiebreaker, which we didn't even do. I won in 2 rounds, and simply put, I felt I won this time, and I felt like I lost. I lost to Mike, and I felt like I won. I mean, there were no losers. It was just so funny.
I gotta look that up.
It was funny. So anyway, and thank you for letting me vent about that. But don't get me wrong, like if you get a chance, go to one of these. They're fun. But they really work when the comics really know each other well, because they're really just, oh, that was good. You know, that you want someone to fucking really get you good. You know, Mike had so many great jokes about, I can't even, I'll think of them as I go. But so then we get done. And we're like, all right. And right before I went on, like the Mets are up 3-2. And right before I go on, I see Familia give up the home run. I'm like, fuck. So I get off stage, and I ridiculously was hoping the game would still be on, and it was. So we're drinking.
It was on.
And there's a bar right next door. That's how I know I'm a drunk. I know the bar right next door to every like comedy club, and if you're at the stand, you walk out. It's so close. I never knew the name of it till about a month ago when someone told me, because you literally walk out of the stand, make a left, and it's the next door. So you don't walk out far enough to see the name on the top. Like it's just a head down and like autopilot. So it's Patty McGuire's right on 3rd and 20th, and we are watching the game, and we're getting hammered. And I am telling you, I'm in a great mood, although I was a little pissed at the end. And that's the problem. I don't know if you can tell this, but I get carried away. I'm very good with drinking.
You?
No. I'm very good at drinking and hanging out with people. Like, I see you there, I'm like, this is great. And I'm like, I have nothing to do because I got all my freaking work done. I'm like, this is great. Everyone's like leaving. You can't leave. We're going to do another shot. And then it's 3:30 and I'm getting out of a cab in the middle of the street because I felt like I was being kidnapped, because the chick, I'm with this chick, she's like, yeah, we'll go back to my place. And I don't know if I was going to get laid. I don't think I was, because look at me. I'm a drunken mess. I mean, unless I'm
She might have been a drunken mess too, though.
If she's in a cab with me, she's a drunken mess.
At 3 o'clock in the morning,
So now I've
making her laugh.
got to weigh the fact of she obviously cannot fill out a police report. So, house money I'm playing with. But I am like, no, I'm not going to Long Island. I'm getting out of the cab and jumping on the subway. So I literally, it was like.
She wanted to go out to Long Island.
It was like an abduction. I just got out of the cab and I just ran to them. I'm like, stop here, because it was 86th and Lex, and then I just jumped on the thing, and then I wake up and I'm like, it's like 10 o'clock, and you're just starting. You have that guilt, like I must have done something terrible.
Yeah.
You ever do that? I must.
You wake up. There's no money in your wallet. You're naked. You're bleeding.
Yes.
Right.
The worst is you look at your wallet, you're like, why isn't my debit card in there? Where's my fucking debit card?
This is how bad it was. I had a credit card and a debit card, each with a bill wrapped around it. One from the stand. And one, because I was in 2 places at once, like I went to the Patty McGuire's early and gave them a card. And then I went to...
Hold this up, be back later.
Yeah, that's literally it. Katie, shout out the bartender. Yeah. And I got to the other one, and I'm like, oh my God, I have both my cards. Unfortunately, they're wrapped around like $70 bar tabs on each. And I'm like, I don't care.
And the timestamp is like the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Or I always tend to put the receipts in my back left pocket. So like the next morning, I'll like, when I'm hanging up my jeans or actually when I'm hammered, I will come back. No matter how drunk I am, contacts will be out. Jeans will be hung up. Shirt it will be either in the hamper or hung up. Hammered, it happens.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like it's insane. Like I surprised myself. But anyway.
Most gay men are anal like
that.
What? Why did he wink when I said that?
Right? He reached
The camera's right here. I didn't
wait.
But no.
Very guilty.
The next time I put on those jeans, I'll reach my back pocket and pull out the receipt and look at it and be like it's like days later, and I'm like, what?
And then the text messages. You go look at the phone log. There should be an app.
Text my ex.
There is an app that could lock out. You could, before you go out, you could put in someone's name that will lock you out from texting that person for. You could put the amount of time, 3 hours.
Yeah, but that's only one person. There's hundreds of people in here.
Yeah. No, I know.
I could start calling Daddy.
Yeah. You know what? You know what?
Did anyone get a picture of my penis last night in the PBR posse? Anyone?
PBR posse.
You really got to squint, people.
PBR.
It was very chilly. I was very chilly.
Hopefully that iPhone 6 Plus is a bigger screen so they can zoom in.
Yeah. I have the tendency of deleting all my hammered. I'll just.
You mean so you don't even know? You delete the evidence from yourself?
And then I'll get a text like, someone was drunk last night. I'm like,
oh my
say?
God.
And I'm like, yeah. Sometimes I'll just do damage control and just know I text them and be like, Yeah, sorry about that. I was acting dumb or whatever. It's just like,
I'm just fucking around.
it doesn't happen that often, but when it happens, you're like, what?
It looks like a shoelace tied to a turkey's neck. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
How far off are we though to the breathalyzer little thing that you plug into the phone? It's got to be. It's
I
got to
think
be.
they have that
They
already.
have it.
I think they even have a thing. I might be mistaken. They have an app where you can like blow on your phone or something.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's got to have like a little device.
They can't have an app like that. Do they really?
There's something like that. There's a DUI app.
Sydney
I,
Esperanza.
I would have
Cha-ching.
one. I would have one that just makes you drink more. It's like pussy. 0.62.
You ain't drunk enough.
Oh, I just got a message on Tinder from some chick.
You love how he throws it in there.
Do you get laid on Tinder?
I just got the look.
I saw it come up and it was grinding.
Look,
There's a one right there.
whatever.
Come on, the ladies do love Derek D, man.
He's a good-looking
You
son
know
of a
what I mean?
bitch.
It's-
Charming motherfucker.
Sitting next to him all the time, it's
come on.
kind of takes a toll on you.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, well, you know
I
what I'm
never
saying?
felt so ugly as when we did FLD nights. You could still see that online, right?
That's on that.
That was fun.
Yep. Yeah.
The Met game is still on. I feel like it's the same game.
It's the same game.
I didn't even remember who won. That's how bad it was. I'm like, and I write a daily
What
sports
time did it end?
Let me tell you something. I write a daily sports sheet. I'm very lucky. We went over this last time I was on to do the shit I do. And I can't believe this is the first time it ever happened. And I did it all early. Like I do 10 to 12 sports stories and I condense them and I send them out to my editor and then it's syndicated and radio stations all across the country use it. I feel very cool that I do
Sick.
that. I'm lucky. I'm getting paid to fuck around. It's amazing. And I've been doing it 14 months. It's the first time it ever happened. And I'm amazed it's the first time. I fucked up and I decided I need more money because it's called Geno Sportsheets, so I take pride in it because it's my fucking name.
Yeah.
And like most people who do these sheets, they do it for everything. They're done by like 8 o'clock.
Wait, are you doing what sports?
Just anything that's sports. And when the people that do it for everything else are usually done by 8 o'clock, and they always want mine by 8. And I told them when I started, I'm like, you can't have it by 8 because I don't want them reading stale sports stories, you know. So a lot of the stories I write, and whenever there's a big game, I always do a Monday Night Football write up, a Thursday Night Football write up, and so I did the whole sheet, and I sent her an email. I'm like, and I told her because look, I know what I'm like, and I said, here's what's going to happen, Cynthia, my editor, who is a saint, who puts up with so much. I'm like, I'm going to send you this with everything's done without the World Series because the World Series won't be done. I said, I'm going to do a show at 11. It's a roast battle. They get kind of crazy. So I'm going to send you the sports thing when I get off stage. Okay. And she's like, great. No problem. I get off stage. It's the 12th inning.
Yeah.
And and now if you want to save us all some time, rewind your thing to 10 minutes ago when I went, this is great. We're hanging out.
Wait a
and
second.
then I just got obliterated and my phone died and I just went off the radar. And my editor was like, she was so livid last night, you know, but because she even said this morning, she's like, are you dead? And I told her, she's like, good. I wanted to kill you last night. But
Why, because you needed to get that story?
yeah,
in?
because I didn't get her that one story, but she laughed about it today. She's like, I can't believe that's the way you're always out doing shows. And she said, and drinking, I'm amazed that I'm like, I need more money is what I need.
So wait, you write baseball, basketball, anything?
It's the sport. This is what started my football videos. The fact that there's never a shortage of entertainment in the NFL. In sports, the shit they do. So I just go to these websites like Fox Sports, Pro Football, Yard Bark is great, and whenever I get a chance, like I didn't even start it yet. I'll do it tonight when we get done, and I'll go to and there's stories coming out. Like there's a story about the starting pitcher last night, Volquez. His dad died.
Oh, that's right.
And no one told him.
Yeah.
Or I
When
know
did
he knew they didn't tell it to the media till the day after because they didn't want the guy to be distracted.
No, I thought he didn't know.
He might not have. I haven't even read the story.
No, the article.
The manager didn't tell the guy.
Manager did not tell him. He came off the mound, and the manager was looking at him, and like he was saying, he wanted to tell him so bad. He said, like your wife's waiting for you in the clubhouse. He went in the clubhouse, and then he found out after he was done pitching everything.
Yeah.
His dad had died earlier in the day.
What?
How crazy is that?
I don't like that, man.
I do. I like it.
But you got to think though.
Look, if the guy was there with his
It was
dad,
a family decision.
Okay.
It wasn't the team. The team didn't go, don't tell him.
Yeah.
We wanted to pitch. The family said, don't tell him.
So his dad didn't even get to watch him pitch in the World Series.
Yeah,
No.
but see,
That was only like 65 or something.
But that's the thing. I stand by that. Yeah, well, I didn't even know the story. But the family, that's great. Because the family knows. Don't distract the kid. If he was there by his dad's side, that's another thing. But I didn't even know the details. Was it sudden?
I don't think it was sudden. It was like a heart condition or
Because
he said.
probably a stabbing, right? You were saying before we went on, minorities, they always stab each other. Mike said that. Mike
No, it
said
wasn't
that.
me. But I'm a minority.
You were talking about the blacks, I believe is what it was. I think you always say those people, but
He's
I
a
assume at this point, Derek, it's the blacks when you say those people.
He only on Grindr does he swipe right when he's
Come
black.
on, what is this?
What do you think about the NFL?
How bored are you when we don't hang out?
I can't believe
I just go in the closet and plug in. What do you think about the NFL, man? Like now
love
being in these. No, there was a game on Sunday morning at 9:00 in London.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You couldn't even watch it. You can only watch it on
Yahoo. Which was
Yeah.
great.
Like you're talking about sports always being on.
I said if I'm up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, I'm
ain't
not
watching the Bills.
I said I'm not streaming Yahoo on my laptop. I'm screaming Yoo-hoo out of my ass because I'm hungover. And I know it's a poop joke, and then I did 9 other ones. But you know why the NFL
That's
does
great.
it? You know why?
They're trying to expand to Europe.
Yes, but no. Well,
is there another game?
we send them. Yeah,
That's
there's
it.
one this week.
No,
there's
one-
3. We send them the
No, that's
shittiest.
4.
No, this is the third one. Trust
It was a
me.
preseason.
No, this will be 4.
This will be 4.
If you include the preseason, maybe. I didn't know there was a preseason one.
But
This is the Lions and Bills.
It's the last one? No,
No,
the
not
Bills-
Lions and
the
Bills.
Bills just did
Bills
it.
just did it.
Lions and Falcons.
Which I picked the Bills and they lost.
So wait, it's not all season. It was
Lions
just-
and Chiefs. Lions and Chiefs. That's who it is.
You know what?
What do you think? Oh,
Well, you know why the
Well, in
NFL?
LA, that game goes on at 6.
Yeah, but do you know why the NFL does it? The NFL does. Well, everything you said. Money. Think about this,
Sure.
and not that you don't know this, but this is it's so obvious. Think about it. There is football from 9 a.m. on the East Coast till the wee hours of the night. You've got the AM game, okay?
Yeah.
And by the time that's done, you're putting in your fantasy lineups and watching NFL Countdown. Then you got the 1 o'clock. Then you got the 4 o'clock. Then you've got Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
You have football.
I love it.
all day.
All day.
And we do love it.
Thursday
We
to
do-
Monday.
We do
The
love
only days
that.
you don't have football are
And that's,
Tuesday
and
and
that's,
Wednesday.
that's Monday. That's
Friday.
gambling as well.
Friday.
Like if you and it again, I
Saturday,
know this
but
is common sense, but it bears it. It's all gambling because if you
Yeah.
gamble on Sunday on football, right? You're gonna find 4 games you like, 3 games you like, whatever. You're gonna find the games you like. But if I tell you there's one game Monday night, you're gonna bet it. You're gonna find a way to bet it. And the NFL knew that. They're like, well, now we're doing a Thursday night game, which is just it's terrible what we're doing to these players. Because think about it, you're playing a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
After, I mean, there's no way they shouldn't be playing those only after a bye because you're playing a football, this combat sport, on 3 days rest, basically.
Yeah.
3 days rest.
And
every player in the NFL says it's nuts. It's
and only
crazy.
one of those days is an actual full rest because I think they go in for practice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
Right.
they might not be not full
So
contact.
they hate the Thursday game.
Oh, they should. But the
Does
NFL
anyone-
makes.
I love the
heard
Thursday game.
We do. Of course we do. Of course we do. I'm trying to think. You said Seattle would easily cover the 7. I did. Daddy did. I'm trying to. You know which game I lost the Thursday night prediction. You know which one? None of them. Undefeated against the spread.
Why am I-
have to fucking fill out a police report because I'm stealing. All right, what was the question? God, thank God for booze. I feel great. You saw me when I walked in.
You're back in.
Look at Daddy now. Look at Daddy. What's that? No, it's because of you.
I don't even know if I want to bring this up because he's on fire right now.
Right.
But I want to talk.
Holocaust.
Well, hold on. Let me bring
I'll bring it up.
Too soon.
on fire. No. So, what did you ever notice the London games?
I don't enjoy hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
hate you
This
guys.
is a nightmare.
Yeah, why did we let him come?
I just showed up. Hey, guess who saved your phone in my? I can't even.
I
I
think-
think Gino's got fire coming out of his ears. I swear. It's
Next
like-
time Geno comes on, I think we roofie his beard. We just
He just
have
slept like a
passed out.
baby.
give him a
He
Xanax.
slept like a baby. So wait, what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say,
I'm
no,
sorry. I'm
when you watch those London games, it's so funny because like they're more into soccer and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
When the camera pans the audience, you just see all different people in all different jerseys. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm going to a football game.
They
I
love
might as well
it.
wear
They love
a Giants jersey, no problem.
Our buddy Ollie Connolly, who's he's a big sportscaster out in the UK. He does an NFL show. That dude is a sports writer in London, and he covers American sports. His timetable of being awake and
It's gotta
sleeping,
be retarded.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
He does a really great job, but they love the American games. And then my brother-in-law's brother-in-law is Australian. And he was over here a couple weeks ago, man. We went out for a couple beers, and all he wanted to do was watch the San Francisco 49er game because of that rugby player.
Oh yeah, no, they're huge with it. Did you see? And the first play, like by the rugby player, was because he made the team. So
Is he any good?
He actually is pretty
he's good.
good.
He was like the greatest
But the
rugby
first
player of
team
all
isn't
time.
good.
But it was all over the internet and all over ESPN. Like his first game, and you could find it if you Google it, and it's well worth it. I just Google like like Australia. Is he Australian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Australian commentator. I forget the guy's name. First play because they punted the ball. And he fumbled the very first play.
Yeah.
And the guys go, he put it on the grass. He put it on the turf. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
And I can't even do it justice, but it was hysterical,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I
He's
remember that.
huge. He's
dear.
like
Oh,
he's like the
dear.
LeBron James.
He's fast as hell.
Of
Yeah.
Australia,
He's quick.
and he left a huge contract because his dream, the biggest contract ever in the rugby sport.
I believe it.
And he left it to come be a nobody because his dream was to play in the NFL.
Wow.
Yeah, but you follow your
Yeah.
dream. Hey,
Follow your
there's
dream.
something to be said for that. Plus, it's not like he's not getting a nice paycheck.
The Chargers.
It's not like he can't go back and do. You know what I'm saying?
The Chargers always had this guy, Darren Bennett, who was a punter. And he was he was the same thing. He came from Australian rules, and he's like, he became a punter. And
Our punter on the Giants is Australian.
And he used to like run down and tackle. He was like, he would tackle guys. Like he grabbed one guy one time by the shoulder pads and just threw him to the ground like a
Yeah.
bitch.
Horse collar.
It was great.
I gotta interject here. What did you just say, Derek? About
Giants.
your punter?
He's Australian.
But say it again though. How do you describe him?
How do I describe it? I said our punter.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? What do you mean, hour? You're on the team?
No, I'm our.
No, you're not.
Our and us.
I'm
He was.
our.
He
No,
was.
you're not.
I'm
Mike
a
was
Charger.
texting me.
I'm
He
a
was like,
Charger fan, and they are killing me.
They. Right.
No, but
I'll say they.
no, but I say we a lot.
I'll say
I,
they, but
I,
it's not we.
oh my God.
We are
it
the-
is.
You're wrong. You're
I'm
both.
a lifelong.
I'm not saying
Stop
you're wrong.
it right now.
I'm
Put an
not
end to
saying
it.
you're wrong, Mike, but I'm saying me and Derek are right.
Right,
We are
exactly.
right. Because you just, you identify with...
man.
I am the team. We are the team.
No, you're not.
We are the fans. We create. We allow them to play. We give them their paychecks.
I worked for the New York Rangers. I don't ever say we.
Really?
It's never us. It's
Yeah.
you know.
They-
I have nothing to do with it.
These-
I'm just a fan.
No. When you are so invested, like I lose sleep when the Chargers, like not right now because I know they're terrible and I understand they're gonna stink. And I said bet the Raiders. Did I cover on that too last week? But they make you angry. They affect your life. There is a we. There is a we.
You wake
But
up
we
Monday
didn't
morning.
get our asses kicked on Sunday.
Let me
we
ask you
did.
something.
They did.
No, Cowboys did. Giants, we fucking won.
No, the Giants beat the Cowboys, which is nothing to be impressed about, by the way, idiots. I mean, we're playing with like the walking wounded.
Yeah,
and
and-
some dude that was eating potato chips watching last Sunday night's game.
Yeah, Weatherford.
No, the quarterback.
Oh,
Bradford.
Castle?
Matt Castle.
Yeah.
4 interceptions in a row. Come on. Like, he might as well have been getting paid by
yeah,
the
he's
Giants.
terrible. The only place you're gonna see a castle sacked more is Game of Thrones. Hey-o, because they sacked the castle. Ma'am, is this on? Hello?
Is this on?
Hello? We have got to do something about that bit. All right. But yeah, the
It's we.
Cowboys,
Us.
it is we. Because,
Stop.
look, when you're in a relationship with someone
Yeah.
and she's being an absolute bitch,
Yeah.
you say, we're sorry that she's such a twat. Oh, just me? But you're in a relationship with a football team. This is a we thing.
Come
we
on,
need
man.
to get that ball back. We need to play better defense. We need to sign a fucking offensive line in San Diego. We need
You need a lot.
a smarter head coach who doesn't fucking have Danny Woodhead in the final friggin' play of the game, final 4 plays against the Green Bay Packers, because you could stop him. You could get him a full head of steam and stop him. The linebackers could cheat. If you put in Darren Oliver, a guy with a very low center of gravity that gets a full head of steam, linebackers can't cheat and they have to focus on him, and you can get
Well,
more
Woodhead's
space
got a
in the
low-
back of the end zone. No, you watched the last 4 friggin' plays. Twice they gave to him on 1st and 3rd down, and the linebackers came up and just drove him into the ground like a tent stake because he doesn't have the powerful legs that Darren Oliver had. Because what the slave owners would do is they would what? They have the
I muted his microphone. I think it's the first time. He's still going. He's still going. Fucking first time in PBR history. Dennis, mark it down. I had to mute a guest's microphone. He almost Jimmy the Greek PBR.
It was Jimmy the Greek.
He's back, everybody. He's back. Oh, man.
Who's that?
Oh, God.
Who's at the door?
oh my God.
How
Hardest
did I
working
get-
man in show business.
I don't even
is
know
my
like
guy.
how I hit all those buttons at the same time.
my God.
Scaring the hell out of me over there.
diving across. I used to do this show in Philly, and you would have the guy diving across the board for the dump button.
I'm glad I hit the right one. You know, I have the mics color coded over here.
See, there you go, saying colored.
Are they really? He's like,
Why am I in the
Yeah,
colored
dude.
mic? Just sits there and doesn't do anything.
This is a game
Come
we like
on.
to play. It's called top or bottom. Geno, you know how it's played. Everybody knows how it's played.
done it before.
Here we go.
love
Top,
it.
top or bottom, number 1. Periscope or Snapchat?
Oh my God, friggin', let me tell you, Snapchat has become the bottom. Periscope is definitely the top there. You ever private Periscope? You ever do that?
Did I? You can private
You can do
Periscope?
private
Right, you
Periscope?
said
Wait a minute. You can
Periscope.
private Periscope?
I've made
That's called FaceTime. That's called FaceTime.
I've made some very bad drunken decisions with that. Yes, I have.
Time out. You can private.
You can private Periscope.
Periscope.
Mike,
Yeah.
it's FaceTime.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, why would you do it in the app?
I don't know. You just,
Well, no, I
you
guess
just
in the
can.
app is someone know, and like FaceTime is in your contacts. It's who
Yeah.
you know. Periscope,
Just
it's
your
like
followers.
Skype.
So
yeah,
it's, like,
followers.
it's like I would send you a message going like, let's private Periscope.
Yeah, so you're sending it to me. Daddy said, I get it. It says, Daddy wants the Periscope. I
Daddy-
don't ever pick that up, by the
Oh
way.
my God, I'm sending that tonight. Mike, Daddy has a private Periscope for you, and you'll just be in the shower with the crying game music playing.
Yeah, no, I'm never picking that up.
No, I wouldn't either.
That's
But
scary,
yeah.
though, because like that's like up there forever. Why would you?
No,
just
no,
say-
you can delete it. You can delete it.
You think you can delete? Like Snapchat, you can't delete. They say it goes away. It's somewhere.
It's so. I feel like it's definitely somewhere.
Okay, well, Periscope is definitely the top.
Yeah,
I've
think-
never even Snapchatted.
I like Snapchat. It's fun because you take a pic, it goes away. It's like something you want to put on. You might want to put on Instagram, or you don't want
Can
to.
I screenshot it? Like,
Yeah, but it'll alert the people. that you
alert the
did.
person. It alerts the person. But
so what?
people just, it's not necessarily like it's not really a sexual thing. It's just another app, social media thing.
I'm
Different
told
pictures.
it was a sexual thing.
I think it started out that way.
It kind of people are like, oh, you could send a dick pic or whatever, and, but
Is that how the
or
guy
boobs.
said it to you?
Oh, you.
I don't think. I
The
don't
guy
think
he
I
met
don't-
on Grindr that he then had a personal Periscope
Yeah,
with.
and you know what he
is now
said?
Snapchat
He said,
him.
"We are dating."
That's
It's a
right.
we.
Well,
He's in a
in that sense, it
relationship.
is a
He's in a
we.
relationship.
Was he a Giant? Is he on the Giants? And that's why you say we? Because if he's dating Pierre Paul, then he can say we. It makes sense, right?
Just
I
resign.
hate to get a hand job from him.
Just
Yeah, he'll play by week 10.
Play by.
Well, he didn't sign. Someone signed for him.
There was a picture of him, and I
Oh, it
kept
was
trying to look at his
disgusting,
hand.
dude.
It was like holding a pen.
Dude, the week.
like-
This is another joke that made me crack up. No good. I said the line was 3.5. And I said, don't worry if you think that's so many points to cover. Jason Pierre-Paul can count that high on one hand.
Did I tell you my story about him?
That's
The interview?
good. No.
I interviewed him
When?
on the blue carpet in 2012. Was he 2012 or 2013?
No, he's been on.
He's been on there a
like
while.
Sixth
So
season.
I was playing a game called New York Ranger Total Stranger and I think it was like a food or whatever, or a football player. I was thinking it was New York Ranger Total Stranger or football player, right? And I would ask him a question, and it had to be one of the three. Well, and it's rapid fire. So we're on the blue carpet outside of MSG for the playoffs, and I'm interviewing these guys, and there's lights, cameras, all that kind of stuff. And I fire through it. And he's playing the game, man. He's playing like a trooper.
Yeah,
and
he's
we had-
committed.
yeah, and we had to
He won't put that firecracker on the ground. He will hold it.
I almost don't even want to say it, but like we had to like restart the game once, and we played it again. And at the end of the game, rapid fire, he stops. He looks at me. He goes, "Did I do that right?" And I go, "You absolutely did that right.
You nailed
Thank
it."
you so much." And it was awesome. But you're right. Like he's not sharp.
No, not the sharpest tool in the shed. Not the
But he can
brightest.
play some football.
Snapchat on top, I think, and Periscope on the bottom. But Periscope is. I've been Periscoping more lately, so.
Really?
Yeah. You follow me? I don't think you do. I follow you.
I don't know. I'm not good with Periscope. I do it every now and then, but I just wind up yelling at my phone like a crazy person. I'm not good at it.
Like, what
No,
are you doing?
you do.
I did just get alerted of this PBR pod picture you took of me. Are you? That's the picture you liked?
That's shady,
Are we
right?
fighting? Are you mad at me? Is that the picture you took? Look, now, really? You're taking another one? Really? Well, why did it occur to you? Take one now. Now take one and say, look what happens when we give Gene alcohol. He's much more chipper. He's happier. Boo.
Boo, Daddy. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
What's your top? What is yours?
Periscope, man.
Periscope,
I
yeah.
like Periscope, although I don't know how you properly use Periscope yet. I'm waiting for like something. This is gonna sound horrible, but this is right up your alley, Gino. I'm waiting for
Horrible? Thank you.
some terrible tragedy to happen in front of me that I can Periscope.
Really?
I think that's the true use of Periscope to report
Does
news.
Derek have a set coming up?
Oh, yeah,
Horrible
something like that.
Zing. Is this the roast battle right here?
No,
Wanna
or
go
the
back at
judges
him?
would be saying I stink. Fucking dicks. Sorry.
I don't know. So Periscope's on top for
Yeah.
me. Top and bottom number 2, being an uncle or being a daddy.
For me, it's being an uncle. Being an uncle is the greatest thing ever for me.
give
really
back,
is.
right?
Oh, really? The kids, no matter what, it's like it literally is that I can hang out with them whenever I need an ego boost, and then I leave. But my niece sent me a picture. Actually, it's my wallpaper. I was talking to them. Like my brother has a very specific ringtone, so it's Bugs Bunny going shoot him now, the Daffy Duck saying it. So my nephew knows and he'll run and grab it. So he grabbed it the other day and I'm talking to him and his sister, my niece and nephew, and they're laughing hysterically. And my sister-in-law took a picture of them talking to me on the phone laughing. Now, I'm telling
that's
you,
great.
I look at this picture, I'm like, I'm the greatest man that's ever lived. Gene, you're sleeping in your van. I'm the greatest man. And this is him laughing at Uncle Gene. They're like, hey, you're so funny.
Van, a Sonic.
So for me, yeah, Chevy Sonic, without a doubt. I love that car. So Uncle definitely being on top, but being a daddy, that's a double team. I think they're both on top.
Oh,
I think they're both
that's the
on
first
top,
time.
and they're double teaming Logic in prison. Well, that died.
That one didn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't
we'll get moving right along.
Shit.
Well, I'm an uncle too, and that's pretty awesome. And Geno's right. Like they look up to you. My nephew is like, and I go to all his games, and
It's great, right?
that's awesome. But
Are you going to adopt because you're not going to be able to have like biological,
Yeah.
right?
what is it with you with this gay thing lately?
If Grindr
Well, I
wasn't
wasn't-
going nuts, Jesus Christ.
That was Tinder. That wasn't Grindr.
Whatever you need to tell yourself, that thing looks like it's on friggin' auto vibrate or something.
So do Derek and Pierre Paul adopt a white child, a black child, an Asian? What?
A mulatto.
A mulatto. Oh, there
That's a
you go.
fun word. It's making a comeback.
But I wanna-
mulatto.
But I want to be a dad at some point.
Really?
I mean,
You're
I'm
young, right?
I'm a daddy.
You're like 19.
What are you? 11?
I'm like 11.
I'm in my mid 40s. I still think I could pull one out.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
till you're dead. Till you're dead.
Yeah.
Actually,
You
us
know?
we got
Rod
kids.
Stewart.
World according to Gorp.
Rod Stewart was on.
Rod
Howard today.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a replay though. From,
No, that was today.
That was
Or
actually
maybe you
today.
listen to replay. He was on today.
It was on today exactly, and I think it might have been from last year or what. It's
He was
definitely-
on the show today, like
but
on it.
It was live.
Live early this morning, replayed later in the day.
Then he just said his kid's age range is between
yeah.
54 and 6.
What?
That's the age range of his children.
Wait, he has a kid.
He
That's,
has
I didn't hear the
60
whole thing.
Yeah, I only caught that part. I was like, whoa.
Talk
Whoa.
about
I dropped everything.
How old
about
is he?
getting
What's
it
that?
in.
Yeah. What's that?
How old is he?
He's got to be in his 60s.
Got to be. I think more than that.
Wow.
But I
Can
tell
we-
you though,
can we Google
his,
it?
His
Can
voice,
we Google Rod
Sidney
Stewart?
Lesperance?
Cha-ching.
Fact checker.
That's an easy one, but his voice.
I'm gonna say
his
over under
voice-
on Rod Stewart is 67. Over under. You want the over or the under?
I'll take the over.
I'm gonna take the over.
What is it? How old?
70.
go.
I said it around there.
So he poked a bro when he was 64. Now that's bad information for me because now I'm going to be even slower
Wait, 70,
on the
70
update.
and he has someone who's 54. Oh, so yeah. So all right. He was 26.
No, he's 16, right? If he's 70 and the kid's 54, that's 16.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking.
Because math.
Yeah, I'm
Math
terrible
said
at it.
so.
Yeah,
Get
I
your
checked.
abacus out.
I checked.
What?
Another match. What's going on here?
Oh,
Grinder.
which guy is this?
Dude, they must be
Grinders, what?
circling this place in a big gay van.
My phone's lighting up, but it's not saying that. Top or bottom, number 3, competitive roasting or stand-up.
Oh, God. Let me tell you, stand-up will always be the top. It's the greatest thing ever.
No
And
matter
as
what
much-
we throw at you, stand-up's over.
Oh, these
Stand-up is my therapy. Stand-up, like what I'm doing right now with my entire life, like between the football videos and the sports sheet and
Yeah.
and the road stuff, I could live anywhere and do and succeed and do what I'm doing quite easily. Live very, very simply. But because stand-up is so, like if I have a spot tonight at 12:05.
What, you're on tonight?
Yeah, a spot at 12:05 tonight on 7th Avenue at some dive place, and I need that 20 minutes of just doing stand-up because I still need that. And I'm not saying I'm at the Comedy Cellar or the Apollo. I'm doing, I think it's called, it's LOL Comedy Club. It's like, it's an attic.
Did you pod on Artie today?
No,
Okay.
I only did Monday. He had Gilbert Gottfried in yesterday, and I think Judah in today. He didn't need me the past 2 days. Judah Friedlander.
Oh, Judah Friedlander. Yeah.
And which is great because I don't think I was going to make anything today. Daddy had a bit of a hangover until I had this fine beer. What are we drinking? Can we say the name?
I don't even know what it is.
What's that?
Sierra Nevada.
It's a fun little beer called Scotch. What? That's weird.
Wow, 12:05 set.
12:05. Yeah,
It's crazy, man. It's
great.
You're a machine.
That's what I do, yo.
Maybe the Met game will be over.
Oh God, I hope so. Or that sports sheet's going to be LATE not early again.
What was it?
Stand-up or roasting?
I've never really done roasts, so stand up on top. Roasts, I guess, on the bottom. But roasts are great. I would
I
like.
do love a good roast.
Yeah.
I would like to.
I filmed the roast of Jesus H. Christ once.
Really?
Yeah. The Tenderloins did a roast of Jesus H. Christ. It was actually quite comical.
I bet that's kind of funny. It's got a bit of a yuck to it.
Yeah.
A little har.
a lot of Noah jokes.
Did they ever find out what the? Did they ever come up with what the H stands for? There's got to be a joke there somewhere that no one ever said. No?
Hank.
Hank, really? All right.
You think that's what it is, Hank?
No, it's Savascus.
Top or bottom, number 4. We or they?
We is the top. We is the top. We is.
If you polled the people on social media, what do you think they'd say?
I think it'd be close, but I think more are gonna say we. There's just
think
some.
so?
I do too.
Because I think it depends who you poll. Because if you poll just social media,
Yeah.
But I think this is only sports fans because you are a sports fan.
I
You
am
are,
a sports
and you don't.
fan.
But
You don't say it for the Rangers?
I don't say for anybody.
Yeah.
I am not on the team, man.
No, see that's the thing, and I totally,
am on the team.
I totally
No,
get what
you're
you're saying,
not.
but I think if you
You're on the bandwagon.
if you if you hashtagged NFL, if you hashtagged NFL for it or MLB, or MLB playoffs, is it we? Trust me, right now, Mets,
I believe
any
that we
Mets
will
fan
win.
would right now would say we.
Remember that?
There's
chant,
no way.
I believe that we will win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B-E
That's when the
aggressive.
team. Yeah.
No, but that's it's we. It's we
You know what? We got to
on
put it out
top.
there. We'll put it out there on social media and we'll
Yeah.
see what people say.
I agree.
But you have fanatic sports fans on social media, but are there more or less fanatics in the world? Like, are there more people that watch sports that aren't fanatical that say they?
That you know who said it perfectly? Mike Greenberg of Mike and Mike. He said, "There's something about investing everything in a team that means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
To you.
Yeah.
They
don't care about you.
But there's just something about investing everything. It's like the most. He said it's rewarding. He's on the we side.
He's on the we, yeah.
He's like he's a Jets fan. Think about it. He's like there is something about investing everything in a team that means absolutely nothing because you do. Like the Chargers. My brother's a huge Seahawks fan. I talked about this last time, and I watched both Super Bowls with him, and it was amazing. And it was gut wrenching, that second loss. But that is, and he said, I never knew this. He told me this a couple days ago. Like his wife, God bless him, God bless her, is a saint. But he said, like when they were dating, he's like, look, I've been with the Seahawks longer than I've been with you, sweetie. he's like that is never going to change. He was apologizing. He's like, this is something that has taken over me, and it's going. You're stuck with this.
It's true. Like I was born a Giants fan. You said bandwagon. Bandwagon's like when someone jumps the ship onto another. Oh, that team's hot right now, so I'm gonna be a fan of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with the Giants, whether they're terrible or they're good or they're just.
What do you mean with?
I'm with you. I'm with
You're
them.
a fan of that. You watch them. You're a fan of them.
I'm a
You're
fan.
not with them.
I'm with them.
You didn't go to Dallas last week.
I'm with them.
I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan. I'm wearing the hat right now. I will be sitting there with 2 games left in the season this past year, and they're 30 games. They have the second worst record in baseball. I'm screaming at the TV. What are we doing? Why did we keep him this long? Thank God we got rid of Ryan Sandberg. There's something about it, but
how about this? You're in a bar.
Well, no, if
Eli
Coughlin-
Manning walks.
That's not hard to believe.
Eli Manning walks in.
Okay.
And you start talking about the team.
Okay.
Do you refer to as we?
Oh, I
and
probably
how does
would.
he,
I
how
probably
does he
would.
react to that?
2 of my best friends work for the Giants. One for
Okay.
11 years. And
So they
anytime
can say
I'm
we.
talking- Anytime I'm talking to Ed, I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Like, where are we?
If I was
that's how I talk.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah. If I was here with you three and Eli Manning was there, I'd be like, we want to know if we have a retarded quarterback. That's what I would say.
We actually have one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league.
Who?
You're one of these.
Just because he looks like
Geno.
this. He's smart as hell.
You know how bad his brother has become? His brother stinks right now. Peyton Manning.
yeah.
How
No.
could you even start
Getting old.
talking bad about the Mannings?
Talking badly or saying bad
Sure.
things?
Oh, both.
Okay.
About the Mannings, he has 2 Super Bowls. Eli.
I have no problem.
You want Tony Romo?
I
would
have no
trade
problem
any
with
day.
the Mannings. I don't. I love Peyton Manning. I'm just saying that leg injury is not going away. He wobbles the ball. He looks like friggin' Lamar Odom walking out of a brothel. Kidding. He didn't walk
He
out.
didn't walk out.
But that's how you get your girl back. Here's what you do: you OD on hookers and blow. Aren't you like, yeah? I don't think we should get divorced.
What a
apparently,
what a mess.
Apparently, you love me because you
Yeah.
were.
I
brilliant,
purposely
right?
didn't talk about it or anything. I just
Why does anybody care?
Exactly.
Why?
But I think both Mannings are great quarterbacks. I do. As a Charger fan, I one time I wanted to smash a guy. He's like, I bet you wish you had Eli Manning now. I'm like, first of all, and by the way, he said you because I was wearing a Chargers hat. He didn't say those guys. He said
Yeah.
you because.
Well, no, in that sense, it works because he's a fan. You're
Well,
a fan.
he's an idiot because he thinks that I think that with Norv Turner that Eli Manning would have won the Super Bowl. He wouldn't have. Phillip Rivers would have won 2 for you guys with fucking that offense. And he's like, oh, I bet you wish you had Manning now. I bet you wish you weren't friggin'. Oh, I was very angry.
Jerks.
I think he was one of the judges last night at the roast battle. What's that? You want me to finish you right now, beer? Yes, I will. Yes, I.
Don't you talk to the beer like that. Don't you threaten that beer. I guess we don't have to finish this round robin.
You know what's better than beer? Segregation. Calm down, Derek. Why would you mouth that into the microphone? That is
Seriously, dude, you're getting out of
That's
line.
over the line, dude.
Out of line. Do you talk that way on Fastlane Daily?
Yeah.
I do what I want.
FLD, fold, slid.
Top or bottom number 5, Geno's Picks or the Artie Lange Show.
I would say Geno's Pics for me is top because I get to
That's
do
you.
that.
It's yours.
The Artie Lange is a platform that puts Geno's Pics even higher on the top.
Yeah.
But Geno's Pics is free.
Oh, that's what I want to ask you. Yeah, it is, and it's on that net. It's
SBR Sportsbook Review now.
Sportsbook Review now. Yeah, it's not.
And I was saying how lucky I am now because I had some stuff I was like that fell through. We talked about this last week. Last time I was on with the book E². It's like everything, you just see the big picture and everything that fell through. I'm looking back. I'm like, thank God I didn't get that because literally these videos I do now, I wake up every day and I get to do whatever I want. I get to do a 3 to 4 minute video, whatever the fuck I want, and send it out. And they put it up, and they're like, whatever you want to do. We love because they have.
But you go to because I know some are on you go to a studio there.
I do most at the studio, but I do them in my apartment too, where I just take a webcam, a little Webby camera, one of those Sonys.
Sure.
Put it on aim it on me, and fucking do it on the Audacity program. My roommate Kevin makes fun of me because every morning he thought I was doing some Tom Cruise thing where you motivate yourself. I'm like, welcome to Geno's Pics, and he thinks I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, that's
you don't see like a camera
to sync up the sound and the camera, but I never got it. He's like he was on the Artie Lange podcast that you can hear me on every day if you subscribe at artiequitter.com. And he was saying that he's like Geno gets himself all pumped up, he's clapping, he's like, yeah, Geno's Pics. I'm like, no, that's how you sync up the sound, but at that point it was a runaway train.
Your roommate's on the show too?
Sometimes I drag him in because that's the running gag that I have like 18 open micer roommates where I live, which is kind of funny. It's only 3, but it's funny.
You have 3 roommates?
Yes. I'm in a 4-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. I don't know how I lucked into that.
Brooklyn?
No, I keep all my shit in my car in Brooklyn, but I'm in East Harlem now.
So you take a subway to get to your car?
But it really makes sense because think about it. Because where I live, no one moves their car where I live. Like when street cleaning comes in East Harlem, they just sit in their car. They're like, I'm not moving. So you can't get a parking spot. And I didn't even want to park there because it's so industrial. Like I just see my car, but and you have to move your car relentlessly.
Yeah.
I know my old neighborhood so well, I leave it there for a week. That was the problem this morning. I woke up all hungover and I was in a Wednesday spot and I forgot. I have to go move my car. And I should have just gotten like a $60 ticket, but I just was worried. So I had to get up all hungover at 10 o'clock.
You take the subway to Brooklyn.
Which I never do because normally I'll always move the car the day before. But even then, it had sat there for a week.
This is so fascinating. You have to get in a subway to move your car.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed off when I'm not in my driveway.
Take a train.
Yeah. But think about it. It's like,
why have a car? I guess you got to have one.
So I could come do the PBR podcast.
Yes, that's a number one. That's a great
These
reason.
dick jokes aren't going to tell themselves. Oh, never mind. I probably could have texted them.
You could have periscoped them privately.
I could have scoped them. Periscope's the top.
You
Snapchat.
see, you're so in love with Periscope. You even have shortened the name. You're like, I could scope it.
I could scope it.
You're a scoper.
I'm a scoper, but Daddy would not Snapchat it. No.
Speaking of periscoping privately, we put out a message. We asked people to call in, and they have questions for you.
Do they really?
Just a few. Do you want me to play some?
I would. We get to hear their voices.
You can hear the voices.
They're in that little box.
They're in this
yours?
little box.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to even
not in the
pretend
box.
to know who this is. This is from Jasper. This is from Jasper, Indiana. I can tell you that much.
Oh, okay. It might be
But when he hears this, it might be after.
Hey, PBR and Geno,
Amy.
a.k.a. Daddy. It is Roderick.
Stacy Roderick.
Just want to say, love you guys. Daddy, love you. Mike, Derek, Dennis. Guys are all awesome.
She doesn't really love Dennis.
No one
Daddy,
does.
what's up with the pick? I remember at the beginning of the year you said that Giants weren't going to be doing, too hot, and that you didn't have them picked to be doing very well, and my Giants are doing well. And hey, Mikey, guess what? The Cowboys aren't.
Don't even start. Why did I
Midwest
play this
girl.
one?
I should be living on the East Coast.
You
'cause
should,
Everything I love is in New York.
That's right.
Just want to say I love you guys. Daddy, this Geno chick here still follows you to the moon and back. Later, guys.
Stacy Roderick.
I started to think because one time I went on my Twitter and then I'll answer Stacy's question because you see the dumb. They're awesome. This is what I talk about.
Yeah.
Like these. One time I went on Twitter and you ever I'm like I had like 40 new mentions on Twitter and I'm like what the hell? And it's these 3 chicks having a conversation that my name was just like it came up and then
they
they're
do
just
that a lot.
and but because I said something and then they're like blah 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 and then it's a conversation that has nothing to do with me like about making funnel cake. and they're like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, no, this was great to read. And I said, and my things are called Genos Pics, but I made them Geno's Chicks. It's Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. It's Stacy. There's a girl, Amy.
Amy.
And my friend Angela, who actually came to the roast battle last night all the way up from Jersey, which was friggin' awesome.
Oh, that's
Cool,
awesome.
man.
So yeah, but Stacy, don't get your hopes up. The Cowboys, I hate to tell you, will win that division. They're one game back, not even because they split with the Giants. No, so they are one game back. And they're doing it without Des Bryant. They're doing it without, who's that guy?
Tony Romo.
Thank you. And if you listen to my podcast last week, I'm trying to think who I insisted should be getting in the offense. Darren McFucking Fadden!
Yeah.
And because I said, you know what he is? I keep forgetting because they have the Mick name. The guy they just got rid of the Eagles, Murray.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray is he's a poor man's. DeMarco Murray is a guy that can never stay healthy. And then you put him behind the Cowboys line, and suddenly he's not getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's getting a full head of steam. And suddenly, what's he doing? Running like crazy. If only they had another running back like that. That's fucking DeMarco Murray. He's a guy that's explosive if you get him the ball in space, which you do with that offensive line, and he won't get hurt if he's not getting in the backfield. Finally, instead of Christian
amazing,
Michael, really? Lenny Reuben Randall, whatever, so stop it.
It's almost like they didn't even give him
Their
a
line-
chance. They didn't give him a chance.
Like
but
he
now,
must have done something. I'm sorry, Derek.
the cat's out of the
That
bag.
is why I still think the Cowboys are doing all this without their two biggest playmakers, and that's a terrible division. No disrespect, my Chargers stink.
No,
but that's
NFC East is a-
NFC East is a terrible
garbage.
division. That's
But-
why I still think the Cowboys win it. I do.
if they
I don't
both
know.
come back, I agree with you.
I mean, the Cowboys' offensive line is really good. Ours is not. We also
What
don't-
time's up? I'm sorry, what? Who's? I
Ours.
get confused. Like the FLD offense, there's a line in the FLD Daily. I
I'm
don't
not-
get it.
I'm on your
I
team.
don't get it.
Ours is
It's confusing.
I'm just naturally doing it. I have to like look
You
at it.
have
I don't know
terrible
what you're
offensive
talking
line.
about it for a second. And I'm like, oh, he's getting back at the joke of his.
It's not a joke.
I knew what he was doing.
It is. But anyway,
Observation.
we get Victor Cruz back soon, hopefully for the New Orleans
The
game.
Giants get Victor Cruz back, right? And then that team, the Cowboys, that I like to root for, that organization is going to get back Romo and Des Bryant. And then it's a game over. Now they're the top
Romo
team
is
in the NFC.
never gonna win a Super Bowl with the.
That's
he's
my
he's
contention.
never
Winners-
gonna
know
happen.
that. You don't know.
He's
that.
not a winner. He's a loser.
He's like a
you know who's a
Phillip
winner?
Rivers.
You know who's a winner?
Who?
Eli Manning. Eli Manning wins games. People catch shit off the top of their head. He's falling backwards. He throws it to the moon. It's a touchdown.
Yeah.
That Tony Romo
Yeah.
drops snaps in Seattle.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
Yeah, he
right?
has Des Bryant not catch that ball, which he didn't. It's a dumb rule. That's a catch, but it's not a
It's
catch
a
because
catch.
of the rule.
Stop, stop. I don't want- I don't want-
because of the
Oh,
rule, it's not
it's
a
a
catch.
catch.
It's a terrible rule. He didn't
It even
catch the
happened
ball.
like this week. It happened again.
He caught the ball. But given the rule, he didn't catch the ball.
Freeman-
That's the
Freeman.
Calvin Johnson rule.
Monday Night Football. Freeman, the running back for Atlanta.
That's last season.
Devontae.
No, it was last Monday night.
No,
Clearly scored. Oh, Green Bay. Yes.
Yeah, your catch.
Clearly scores the touchdown. Like spikes the ball. They review it. They not a touchdown.
Yeah,
What?
Because they make these. But
It's ridiculous.
That
It's
was-
not even the right sport anymore.
That was weird. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like they're calling it to be
But that-
ironic.
that's what-
hipsters are running the NFL.
That's why DeMarco Murray, I said, is having such a terrible year. Because think about it, you go from the best offensive line, and never, the first time in the history of the NFL, the guy that led the league in rushing went to a new team. So it makes sense when you look at it. This is a guy that went from, you said it, we all know, it's the best offensive line in football. And you're going from that
Yeah.
to now suddenly you're behind one of the worst, and you're used to looking at a gaping hole. Why'd you look at her? You're used to looking at a gaping hole. And then looking,
I was looking at my Tinder. Sorry.
Yeah,
he
looking
pulled
for
up a
3
picture.
holes down. Now you can't find his. You're running sideways like he is. And they don't leave him in long enough to get him into a rhythm. Trust me, he had one good game. They're done. I said the Eagles would lose this week. They couldn't catch fire at a Great White concert.
We saw that.
That's so terrible.
I love that joke. I love that.
Oh, that-
Because they died. What? Okay.
What?
Hey, it's 1-0 Mets.
Yeah. Meet the Mets.
But okay, keep going. We got another
Oh,
voicemail.
we have more, but you still want to? You got something to say?
Well, I think we answered Stacy's question
Giants
very well.
doing
there.
great. We are.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. This one is from New York City, New York. And this one is a little, just listen.
All right.
Hi, PBR podcast. This is Bob, and this message is for Geno. Hi, Geno.
Hey, buddy.
I have a friend who has a plant-based diet, and his other friends, make fun of him constantly because of having a plant-based diet. They ridicule him on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And my question to you is, Do you think that's nice? Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, I have a couple. You want to go first?
Sound
or can I just
suspect.
break this down a little bit?
So his friend is a vegetarian.
Well, this person, first of all, he says he doesn't know his own name.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't catch it at first, but then luckily this Google it transcribes the message for you. And when he went Kerr, it actually wrote Chris. And then I saw, plant-based diet. Oh, it's Chris Lodondo. He's a meat monster. He's the producer of the What Say You podcast who claims to be a vegan. I've seen him eat meat. Derek and his app have also seen him eat meat.
What is?
So
What's the steam of this episode right now?
He's
saying you guys make fun of him.
Yeah, but then there's this other term he used, and it is transcribed right here, but it's not in quotes here. I'd like to put it in quotes. He says his friends make fun of him.
Okay. Well, I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was a tongue-in-cheek reference to you boys.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
probably.
Friend, like really?
But I'm not big on plant-based diets. Although they say if you are a vegan, you'll never get heart disease. You know why? Because you'll die of ovarian cancer. All right. Now that we've
wow,
done-
Chris Lodondo,
There you go,
everybody.
Chris. See,
Chris,
there
don't
you
call
go.
us and try
There
to
you go.
pretend you're not who you are.
There you go, Chris.
Just live up to it. Well, Derek, why are you upset?
I don't know how people can
Was
be.
that? I was reaching for my water.
Now is he a
my water's empty. I would like it.
Is he a vegan?
He claims to be
or
a
a
ve-
vegetarian. Vegans can't eat anything.
Is he a vegan or a vegetarian?
He says he's a
Vegans can't eat
plant-based
eggs,
diet.
cheese. It's a nightmare.
Nightmare. Why would you do that?
I ate eggs and cheese on the ride here. Pull my finger.
They,
love eggs and cheese.
not the Giants, us.
We-
No, they say that there's something in cheese that is similar to a chemical that's in heroin. That's why we crave it.
I believe that.
And I agree.
Is that true?
I'll eat cheese.
Yeah.
I won't do no heroin, but I will eat cheese.
Okay.
It's delicious stuff.
You want another one?
What's that? Heroin?
No, message.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Here's
We
your-
don't have heroin.
Indianapolis.
Amy.
It's Amy in Indy, and I just went to lunch with two of the hottest girls in town.
Nice.
They wanted to call and say hi and we love you. I will see you in January. They will not. Check your email, January 17th. Take me out and buy me a beer, bitches. Love you. Bye.
Private,
Wait, you're doing
scoping?
stand up in Indy?
No, actually, that is my girl. Another. That's one of 3 Geno's chicks, and she will be coming to. She's traveling that time of year, so she's cutting through Vineland, New Jersey, where I'll be on January 17th, headlining at a place called the Savoy. So she's coming, but she is a huge Colts fan, and the Colts
is
are
that-
having
is that
a.
the-
He's from Indianapolis.
She's
Is that the Amy that's a fan of PBR?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
she's
Amy,
definitely Amy Skaggs. Her and her husband are huge Colts fans, and they're killing me because I keep picking against the Colts. Although I picked them to cover last week, they didn't even beat the fucking
picked the
Saints.
Colts, too.
They're a terrible team.
Couldn't believe it.
They're a terrible team right now, and they're still going to win that division easily because it's who else is in it? The Titans, the Jags, and the Texans.
The worst. The Texans.
The Texans are the Ryan Mallett got cut. Oh my god. So they're gonna win, but that team is. They went out and they didn't get anybody. They got Frank Gore and Andre Johnson. I'm like, that doesn't get you ball security. That gets you Social Security. Very good. They're very old. They're very.
That is.
Yes, and they're black, Derek. I get it. What's the big? Why are you like that?
I
something
love.
wrong with
Oh Jesus!
You know, I can't.
We have a bunch more, but do you want to take one more? It's about fantasy football.
Yeah, let's do one more fantasy football.
But this guy's asking probably about the coming
Hey,
Sunday.
Geno.
Yo, dude.
Boo. World champ
said
from
boo.
Twitter.
Oh, world champion. I love this
wanna
guy.
Know who you think I should start in fantasy football this weekend? I want to get your degenerate gambling expert opinion.
I gotta pause it right there real quick. This hurts my brain. What's about to happen next?
Really?
I don't think I'm gonna play anymore.
You have to.
I don't think I know every year I say this, and last year I said it, and now I'm in more leagues than I was in last
Yeah,
year.
you
And
and
now
me both.
DraftKings.
Oh, I won't go near DraftKings
Oh.
because I know it's addictive. I can't do
It
it.
is, but I don't even pay attention to my other 2 leagues because I'm DraftKings
every week,
and
and you probably forget who you have on your
I
regular.
do, and then people start saying shit like this, and my head hurts.
Yeah,
What-
but I know, and I won't go near DraftKings for just that reason. I'm sure it's fun, but it's too much. It's too fucking much.
Even-
And by the way, this guy is such a great fan of mine because I do college football picks.
Okay.
And they've been on fire, and he'll like tweet them every freaking week. He's like, "This is who Daddy has." Because every Saturday I do a video where I walk you through. I give you a noon pick, like a 3 o'clock pick, and a 7 o'clock pick, and he just walks you through. It's like, this is who we're betting at 3, and I've been great with him, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I went 2-2 this past week. Saturday. But what is it? It's 8 weeks. I've had 5 3-0 weeks. Is that ridiculous?
That's pretty good.
5 3-0 weeks against the spread, which is great. Anyway, so let's hear his question.
All right,
and by the way, he asked me who we should start in the Monday night game: Stephen Smith Sr. or Fred Brown, whoever the receiver is for the
Why
Cards.
do I even need to play the message?
And I told him.
So, should I start Danny Woodhead, Demarius Thomas, Steve Smith Sr., John Brown,
Hook me up.
or Travis Benjamin?
Yeah, but is he
Which
talking?
of those guys should I start?
If he can only start one,
I also want to know if Daddy knows if Stacy Pressman is fully there. Thanks, Boo.
she is not. What?
What?
Those comments hurt my brain. Like, you knew exactly what he was going to say
Yeah,
anyway.
but is he
which
talking
way.
about the week that just passed?
No, he just called 6 hours ago.
Oh, so yeah, he's talking about this.
Yeah,
Sunday.
I told him to start Smith over Brown, and Stephen Smith Sr. had a great game. I mean, he gave me too many guys. I don't know. Let me tell
That's
you,
a tough one.
Yeah, but I would definitely start Benjamin because he's the primary receiver, and I would not start Danny Woodhead because the Chargers have one of the best offensive in football statistically because the last 3 the Chargers, I just heard this on the radio, the only first team in the history of the NFL to give up 24 points or more in every one of their games. That's how bad they are. So they're constantly throwing up against prevent defenses. So I would not go start Woodhead. Oh, he had 2 touchdowns last week. Yeah, against shit fucking, in fucking garbage time.
Didn't Rivers like one game have like insane
65 attempts against the Packers.
Like, ridiculous.
By the way, I would definitely start those 2, Demarius Thomas and Travis Benjamin. Those are the 2 I would
those
start.
are probably the ones
and
to
if
go.
there's a third, I would go with Stephen Smith Sr. I really would. Because that guy, the Ravens stink record-wise, but they've lost every game by single digits. I think their average margin of loss is like 5 points. So they're always in it. You know what I mean?
I just handed him my phone. I'm in a huge pick'em league.
Plus the Ravens are playing the Chargers, so I would definitely start them.
I'm on the bottom. You get your money back. If you win weekly, you get $200 on this pool you're picking right now.
Yeah.
If you win the whole thing,
Is
it's
this
thousands.
against the spread or heads up?
No, it says the spread right up next to it.
I need glasses.
So I'm all the way in the bottom. Like, so if you pick every game in the year and you get last, you still get paid for being terrible. So I'm like almost on the bottom. I just gave Geno my phone, so I don't know if this is good or bad. Let's see how good you
You're
do.
about to be a bottom, dude.
Well, I want. I kind of want to be.
Geno,
for this.
Thursday night. This is a dumb question. I mean, but straight up, Patriots, Dolphins. You go Patriots, right? But
No. Straight up?
Straight up, not spread.
I'd be careful.
I know it's tough.
Here's
right?
the thing about the Dolphins, and I said this, and it's a fact.
New coach, they're like balling hard.
Not just a new coach. It's like normally when you get an interim coach, it's because the team is so bad. It's like, look, we gotta figure out what's going on here.
The Dolphins have talent, though.
The Dolphins have always had talent, but they're terrible guys. Ever since the bullying thing, which was bullshit, and I love the fact that, look, if you're being bullied, you got to fucking focus. And this is the NFL. Jonathan Martin, you know where he is? He's out of the game because he's a little bitch. And you know where Richie Cognito is?
Yeah,
if Dan Campbell had his way, he'd be back in Miami. Richie Incognito is the starting offensive line for the Bills because once that happened, suddenly the Dolphins were like, look, and Philbin was the wrong guy. It's like, we got to be really soft. He made that team soft. Dan Campbell in the press conference literally said, he's like, I'm not saying we're going to be dirty, which means we're going to be dirty. And the next game, they hurt Mariota. But here's the thing. Dan Campbell was a tight end, okay? And this is to answer your question. He is tight ends live on the offensive line and the defensive line. And that's all the Dolphins needed to get better play out of their defensive line because Ndamukong Suh was doing nothing and Cameron Wake was pissed because Cameron Wake, who's been their go-to guy for so many years, is looking at Ndamukong Suh saying there's no way they're signing me next year because they're paying this guy $116. And it's all
ridiculous. He's terrible.
But after that, the Dolphins went into that first game with 1 sack all year. They had 5.5 sacks in the first half. 4 were by Wake because I have a feeling he said, look, I'm fucking bringing back whoever plays them. And the offensive line, obviously, did the same thing. They just started throwing people around, and now Tannehill looks good. And let me tell you.
Are they in Miami?
They're in New England.
In New England.
And so I think New England wins because of that, but I love Miami to cover because if only you had a tight end on New England. Oh, you do, Gronkowski. If only there was a guy that would know how to defend a tight end. How about a guy like Dan Campbell, who played tight end 4 different teams over his entire career and is just a guy that loves smash mouth, shut down football. So I love the Dolphins in this.
Yeah.
I picked the Patriots on your thing because I want you to fucking lose. But
I've been straight up though. I'm going to pick the Patriots. I think
it's a tough one though, dude. Be careful.
I know.
And it's a short week. And like I said, I lost it. It's a divisional game, and in a divisional game, everything goes out the window like a baby at the Clapton residence, right?
Oh, Jesus, man!
You know,
not too soon. No, is the kid not dead anymore? Oh, he's still dead. Okay.
Yeah, I was in the city that day.
Really?
Having surgery that same day when I was 15.
I think I like Green Bay getting points at Denver. I know I love Seattle against Dallas.
Audience is loving
Carolina laying the points to Indy.
Let's all look at our phones. And
Sorry, I mean the tiebreaker. Always go 37 points, Carolina, Indy. There you go. All right, you're done, Bill.
Let's see if you win.
All right, well, I will report back.
Let's see if
I hope
your
I do.
team
Because
wins.
it's $200 if I win the week. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have picked Chicago, Minnesota.
You owe him a percentage.
I'll give you a percentage. I'll give you 20%.
I just had one of your beers. They were delicious. Hit save, bitch.
Do you want to like go down this memory again? Like we've already gone this, so throw out a armchair futurist for Geno. I would like to ask you this, man. In the year 2050, because that's really what this show's about, right? The future.
Sure.
Future of Geno.
It's all about the future.
Let's talk about what the NFL looks like in the year 2050, because I love bashing this one.
The NFL is going to be totally done with robots on instant replay. It's fucking. We're losing.
What do you mean?
The replay is taking over the sport. We talked about it with the catch thing. We talked about, like, you watch a football game now. You'll notice this. How often do you find yourself rooting for a call? They go to a commercial break. You're like, I sure hope they call that a catch.
Yeah.
I sure hope they mark that ball for a first down.
Crazy.
I sure hope they don't call that a fumble. And they're telling the refs to always call it a fumble because you have to review a change of downs or a change of possession or turnover. So it does me no harm to say that was a fumble, even if it's remotely not a fumble, because you have to stop the play and look at it, and it leads to the right call. But what it also leads, and this is a simple fact, and I've said this for years, and you could find it on my videos. It's an old story. They gave in Japan, I think is what they did it. They gave the same task to one guy, and they gave the same task to 10 guys. Who did the job better?
One guy.
The one guy, because the one guy knew he had to get it done. The 10 guys expected the other 9 guys to get it done. That's what replay has done. It goes all the way back to the famous Ed Hockley call with the Chargers and Cutler on Denver when he fumbled it. And the guy said it was an incomplete pass, and the Chargers picked it up. It's like, well, I blew it dead. They couldn't have it because Ed Hockley was so far out of position. Because the NFL, there's a replay. So what's my motivation to be in the position unless they start fining guys like the guy that missed the clock in the Chargers Pittsburgh Monday night game?
That was like 16 seconds.
Let me tell you something. Let's pretend the 4 of us are an officiating crew, okay? And we fuck something up. You fuck something up, Derek. Make it believable. Totally fuck it up. and the next day they say, all right, well, we're going to review, and this officiating crew may not be eligible to officiate in the postseason. Whatever. Now let's pretend that you fuck something up and all 4 of us get suspended the next week, and they're doing a football game, and they're like, this officiating crew isn't there this week because of what they did last week. You think that'll motivate me to do my job better? Yes.
Yeah, but you know
have
what,
to start
Geno?
fining and penalizing these guys.
They don't work as a crew anymore either, which is a huge problem because they used
rotate
to,
them all over?
No, I'm sorry. They work as a crew, but they don't graduate as a crew. So they used to they get graded on their performance on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever the game is.
Sure.
And the best grade at the end of the year does the playoffs. The best crew out of the playoffs does the championships and then the Super Bowl.
Right.
That doesn't happen anymore. Now you get graded individually every game, and as the playoffs come, they take skeleton crews and they take the top guy from each crew. So now guys are calling penalties to get better and higher grades. Instead of like working as a team because they're going to move forward, guys will throw shit, and then you'll see these refs arguing with each other on the field, and they're like combating to see who gets it right and wrong.
Wow.
So they can go forward. And they just changed that this year or last year, 60%ing that one. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? So now it's a combat between the refs.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
that's crazy. But you gotta hope that there's the essence of, the referee and being honest and calling the play to the best of their ability. And I what you're saying, makes sense. But like replay, it's not like it's false. Like replay is what happened. You're just seeing it better. It is what happened.
Why not just eliminate humans from officiating completely.
Because
Like
I
you don't
hate
need them in
that.
baseball.
Because the further we get from the human element, the further we get from the genuine spirit of competition.
Then take replay out of the game.
I've always said that, but it's not going away. And baseball is the perfect example.
I wouldn't take it out, but maybe there's a lesser
it goes.
use.
It goes.
If
It's
you don't-
all or nothing. It's
Right, I
simply
agree with
put
that.
like it's you're getting away from like.
I see what you're saying.
Perfect example in baseball. Like we've all seen baseball. If I have a 2-2 count, because they're like they should have computers call the strike. So fuck you. If it's a 2-2 count, right? And I'm at the plate, and you throw a pitch right on the black, right at my knees, and I take it. They call it a ball. Okay. Now it's a full count. You throw the pitch in the exact same place. They call it a strike. The umpire is right in both cases. This ball is in the exact same spot, but it's a ball in one instance and a strike in the other.
What?
Because that's baseball. It's like, okay, you get that pitch with a 2-2 count, but if you're taking that with a full count, you're out. That's the age-old like maxim of baseball, and that's what football has become. It's like, oh, did that guy's foot barely go out of bounds? Did he switch hands? He beat the defender. He caught the ball. He was in the end zone. It's a touchdown. I don't need your fucking hair rule that takes away because you're looking at the replay angle from 19 things. And here's another thing. Let's pretend that we're watching a football game in real time like the refs have to. Oh, they didn't get it right. It's hard to get it right. I've always said the guys, and now they're nervous because they have to make the call in real time while everyone in America is watching it in 800 different fucking angles, fucking in super slow motion. He's like, I better call a flag here because I don't want to look stupid in the morning. But but once you get rid of it, it's like the old rule. If I punched you in the mouth, Derek, and they said I punched Mike, you know what? I punched Mike in the mouth. Next down. That's how the game is fucking played.
But how do you really feel about it?
I'm not sure what they should do.
I'm not sure. There is the essence of like it being pure, and you know what? That was the call. You got to deal with it. Fight. That's the game. I guess, kind of thing.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to report back. I hope I don't lose every game this week.
You're going to lose every fucking game.
Might be a good thing. Geno,
I think the Chargers in 4 of those games. I don't even play in 3 of them.
Thank you again for coming down, man.
I never don't love coming in.
I never don't.
What do you want to plug on the way out?
Just, hey, follow Genos Pics. Follow me on Twitter, GenoBisconte.com, Geno. Trust me, it's the only one out there. All my stuff's there. Thanks for having me, kids.
Derek Day.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know.
Stop looking at your grinder.
Jeez.
All right.
I don't know. I got nothing. Go.
Give Chris Lodondo at Chris Lodondo a follow on Instagram and social media, whatever. He is our friend. He is a meat monster. Don't let him fool you that he's a vegan.
Hamburger
it's all
eater.
BS, man. That's BS. And
Love
it's
me.
we. It's not we.
It's we.
It's they.
I'm talking about Giants. It's me, we, us. It's us.
Mostly she.
Dick.